Okay, so I've copied the entire lists links into a list links 3. I've got my index page. All right, so here I have just my lists and links page. I'm going to show you, we're going to change some styling here, which will apply to all 3 pages, and then we will add additional types of links down below. I'm going to actually go out to henry.edu. I'm going to save this image into that folder here in the images. And you need to do a different image. You can grab any image you want. It's going to be used as a link. So this is going to link to McHenry County College. You need to do a different link to a different website. So let's take a look at what we've currently got here. And go into this. We want to take a look at, I'm going to do split screen. And I want to open up the CSS page. Okay, I want to add, I want to make these look a little bit better. So in the nav section, we're going to actually add some styling to this. We're going to do nav. I'm going to set the width of it to 30%. It'll be 30% of the available spot. I'm going to do text align center. That will align the 3 buttons I have there. And then I want to specifically style just the buttons inside of nav. So I'm going to have to do nav space A. So this is all the anchors inside of nav. And I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to do some background colors. So let me take a look at what I got going here. That's all right. I'm going to go back to my code, and I'm using some various things here. My container is gold. Let's do the, we're going to do it in purple. So we're going to do a padding of 5 pixels, and that's top and bottom, and then 10 pixels right and left. And that's where the background color is going to show up. We're going to do background, and we're going to make it that purple color. And we're going to do a border, 2px, solid purple. We want to do text decoration none. That gets rid of the underline. We want to set the color for the text to gold. And let's do a text align center here as well. Now let's take a look at it. So I'm going to drop back out here. And I'm going to refresh it. That's better. I want to center the nav. I want to curve the buttons. So let's take a look at that again. So in the nav, I want to do margin 10px, that's top and bottom, auto, that'll center that. And here, I want this to be more lozenge shaped. So I'm going to add border radius, and we're going to make it 20px. And then I'm going to save this again, come back and look at it again. I think I got it right here. Going to refresh. That's better. That's much better. Okay, so now I can do my links, and you're going to be doing sort of your own thing here, but I want to have some examples. So I'm going to have And I'm going to have a bunch of different sections. So I'm actually going to use Emmet shortcuts here to make this as easy as possible. So what I want to do is have an H2 times 4, yeah, H2 times 4 containing well, we'll do that separately. H2 times 4, let's just start with that. H2 times 4, and so it'll be my hobbies. And I'm not going to get into all of these, but I do cycling, swing, dancing, weightlifting. So you would do hobbies or interests. And so I might have links on 3As. So that would be my topics. And then under each of these, I'm going to want to do a unordered list with a list item containing an anchor times 4. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And I can do that under each one. Okay, so I can do some additional things to each one of these to style these. Now here, I'm actually going to want to style nav, a, hover, so mouse over. And I'm just going to flip the background gold, color purple. I'm going to save this. We're going to bring it back here, refresh, and now I have that hover. And while I'm on the main page here, I can go out to my links page. You'll notice it's going to be the same for every page because I put it in that external style sheet. All right, so for my normal links, we're going to have to do some styling for those too. So I just want text decoration, none. And I want to make these a bit bigger. And then for my mouse over, we're just going to put an underline up. And we want to make sure we got our semicolons anywhere, colons everywhere. And then I'm going to add in different types of links. So I'm not going to do all of these. I do want to also add an image here at the bottom that's going to be a link. So I'm going to put in an H3. And I'm going to add A because it's an anchor containing an image. So my link is https://mchenry.edu. And then my image I don't look in images, McHenry-County-College.ping. So we need to have the whole path there, which would be images. grab that, and I can put my alt tag. And we can save that. And test it. I haven't actually put anything in here yet. Oh, let's see. File, save all. Let's make sure I'm actually on the index page. Pages. Oh, I was on the index page. Let's go back out here. All right, I did not actually want this stuff here, so I will go grab that. And so let's just check everything. Favorite things, cycling, nav, that all looks good. I can save that. File, save all. I'm going to refresh this. Lists we have here. Links we have here. Okay, so we're going to add some links and we're going to show you how to style them. You're going to have to do the links on the different page, and we're also going to put in bookmarks on these pages. So each of these H2 are going to get a ID, which gives it a unique name. So it will become a bookmark. Don't use capitals in these. So for each one of these, and I don't use capitals, I do use dashes. And then I'm also going to add up here and that creates places that I can specifically navigate to. And so I'm going to just have a couple of links. You'll need to fill out all of them. And so we'll go out to Cycling Weekly. I'll put in that link. So it's going to be here. And then I'm going to add the text. You will need to put in the other ones here. And we also want to add to it a target. So it opens in a new window. Typically, when you're doing web development, you have links open into a new window if they're off your site. And to do that, you include the target equals underscore blank. That opens a blank page. You'll want to put in the rest of the links. I just want to do some styling, and I want to create links to these on-page references. So I'm going to put in a div here, and I'm going to give it a class. So I'm going to do local links is the name of my class. And so when you're doing the class, you style it in CSS with a period in front of it. So here, I can style that local class by doing local links. And that becomes something that I can style. And I can do a background here. I can do a border. I can do text, align center, width 80%, margin 10px auto. That'll center the whole thing. And we'll come back and see if I need to store anything else in it. So this is how you style a class. And you can use the class more than once. IDs should just be used once. And since we're using IDs, we can have links in here. So I'm going to do A times 4, and I'm going to do the on-page links. And so when it's on page, you're going to put in a £, which takes you to the current page. Then you put in the ID, cycling, and again, we need to put what appears on the screen. And then we're going to have swing dancing. And then we're going to have Bouvier's. And we're going to have weightlifting. And I do not actually need the hyphen in that because this one's going to appear on the page. And then for each of the other links here, at the end of each one of these, each section, after the unordered list, I'm going to add a link. And then I can just copy this line. And then I can save this. Let's take a look at the page. So I'm going to refresh this. Well, that is okay. I don't like the way that's set up. So now I'm going to go out to my CSS page. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to actually add to those links inside of local links. So I'm going to do local. We need to have the period here, local links. That's the class. And then anchors inside of it. And we're going to do margin left 10 pixels. That's actually not bad. I can make that 90%. And we want to look at, see how these are getting scrunched up here? Let's look at the nav section. We want to do this will fix how they're overlapping on each other. We might be able to get away with 2. It's okay, 2 looks good. I think I want a little bit more room between them. So we're just putting width on the left-hand side. And maybe I want to do a oh, that's on the links. I didn't want there. I need to put it on the whole div. There we go. And then for the links, I actually want a little bit of, let's put some padding in here. That looks pretty good. And then I have the option here, just to save it right from here, go into my folder. And that'll update it in Visual Studio. And this is where I would have to potentially refresh it to make it the same, but it should have picked those up. And it did. So we've got everything in here. And I do like using that, working in the web page to make things look better. So what you're going to do is you're going to finish off these, and you should add that target. Let's show you what that does again. So I'm going to close this, refresh this. Notice that one opens in a new page, so you want to add that target blank. So that shows you how you need to do everything. You need to pick up your own information. The top should work. That'll take you to the different pages. These will take you on page. And there's an error there. Oh, that's not good. Let's double check that. So we want to do a, those should all be top, top. Make sure I have them named right. So I've got swing dancing, I've got weightlifting, and that one, Bouvier's, didn't exist. I put in an error. I had an error here. That should be Bouvier's. All right. You always need to test all of the things. And then I can save all. And that appears to work. And there's an error on the weightlifting one, so I'll have to fix that. So make sure to check each one of these. And the McHenry County College link works, but the image doesn't. So I'm going to have to fix that too. So you got to make sure you're testing these things. So I don't really need the style sheet now. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I needed to go up a level first because I'm inside the page. So I need to do dot dot slash, and then it goes to images, and then to McHenry County College. Make sure to test. And that one didn't work because I didn't have the pound sign here. All right, now I can save it. I use my keyboard shortcut of Control-1 to open it up again. Now that should work. Oh, I gotta refresh. That works. That works. And that did open it in a new window. So test it, make sure everything's working, and then you can submit that as your final step.